I think we should get started. Howdy do. It has been a while since we've started since we've read a PGR story. I've been busy with all my other gachas, like Zenless, Wua, Reverse, Morimens, and I have even more upcoming gachas coming out. Pretty soon, Seven Deadly Sins and Star Savior. I want to try those games out, but that's not what this video's about. We're gonna continue. We're gonna have another reading session this time, and it's going to be the current coding story for Bianca. I am pretty late on reading this, obviously, with the day I'm uploading it. But there's 2 days left on it. I want to actually check it out. It's probably gonna take a few hours, so I do want to get started. The last time I read, the last time I read anything was the Lucia Whispers of Love story, and that was on December 20th. But the last coding story I did was actually Ishmael's coding story, and that was December 18th, and that lasted about 3 hours and 48 minutes. And I have 16 seconds, that's how long my video was. So let's see how long the Night Sonata story is for Bianca and her coding story. I actually did not summon for this, actually. It looks like a gorgeous skin, though. Gorgeous coding. So we'll see how long this goes on, but yeah, I did want to get started right away. I've been very looking forward to hopping back on the PGR story train a little bit, and might as well start off with coding story again to ease our way back into everything. So this taking place, I'm not sure where the setting is on this one or where it is in the timeline. So I'm gonna have to like put things together and figure that out myself. Again, I did stop on the Discord story, and I have a lot of content I need to read or to catch up on. So, but anyway, let's get started. This is Bianca's coding story behind. It's not called Behind the Curtain, is it? Night. Is it actually Behind the Curtain? Is that what her story segment is called instead? And then this is just called Night Sonata? Okay. I'll have to remember to put that in the title instead. I thought it was Night Sonata. It's called Behind the Curtain. Let me change that. Behind the Curtain. Copy. Okay. A misty prelude. Thick fog hangs like a watchful shadow, blurring the line between dream and reality. Okie dokie. Where is my camera? It's up here, huh? Okay. Got my water, took my dogs out and everything, so should be fine for a while. Let's see. An unnatural cold pervades the air, a ghostly mist that coils around her and seeps deep into the bones. Every breath is a sip of ice. In the suffocating silence, the soft dip of Bianca's oar is a stark counterpoint as the two drift into the abyss of an underground river. Excuse me. The lantern of the bow is a futile protest against the misty gloom, its light revealing only a few meters of dark water before being consumed by the swirling, watchful shadows of the fog.
Maestro Grey Raven, we will be clear of this place soon. I am aware the atmosphere here is oppressive. Just a little while longer, if you please.
Okay, again, like, as I'm reading this though, wouldn't it just be insane if the main story content too was animated like this? And it was voiced? I think that would just make... I feel like that is like the next like big project I would want the PGR team to be working on. Or to working at. Now that like you know, we're all synced up and everything for a little bit. Or, uh, I don't know, like if they're looking for something to do, I mean, I feel like that would be their next goal because that would help with the storytelling slash narrative experience like massively. Like it would improve, like, you know, for people that, you know, that want to get in the story. It's just the small like quality of life touches would definitely, those would definitely help. Having it being voiced and it being animated, it just, it gives it like that little cherry on top. But anyway, I'm aware of the atmosphere here. I'm aware the atmosphere here is repressive. Just a little while longer, if you
Do
please.
not worry. I will see you safely to shore.
Turning, she offers a gentle reassurance to the gray cloaked figure behind her and is met with a soft smile. Through the shifting mist, the gray feather on that person's attire remains a constant, a beacon that steadies her heart. But then the oar catches on an unseen force, refusing to budge. The boat slows, then stops completely. An eldritch shadow seems to stir in the depths. It lurks now beneath the hull, a silent height. Oh wait, watching them from the abyss.
It seems that we are not alone below. No, Maestro. Your safety is my priority. Please allow me.
It would go so hard. Dude, it would be amazing if they ever did that. Bianca raises a hand to stop the other from helping. Slowly she lifts the lantern, its light piercing the dark water as she scans the depths. Oh. The river, disturbed by their passage, grows still. The ripples fade until the surface is a perfect black mirror reflecting her own face back at her. But the reflection is wrong. The face in the water wears a grotesque, widening smile, one that is not her own. Dude, this coding looks... I actually wanna... We'll try it right here if it lets us play, right? In a gameplay segment. Terror dawns on Bianca's features, but the face below retains its serene and eerie smile. The eyes within the reflection hold a coldness more piercing than the surrounding mist. This isn't a reflection, it is something else entirely, an entity of unknown origin staring back from the abyss.
It's too late for you now. Do not think of taking that person away from this place. Give me the one beside you.
A wave of pure confusion crashes over her. The figure in the water wears her face. Second Bianca, and its gaze fills her with a deep, instinctual dread. She moves back, throwing a protective arm out to shield Grey Raven, but her hand sweeps through empty air, and that person is gone. Terror seizes her heart.
Maestro, where are you? Please, answer me!
No response. Her voice is swallowed by the hungry fog, leaving not even an echo behind. The mist itself seems to awaken, thickening into phantom tentacles that coil around her neck with a chilling solidity. Each breath becomes a desperate, ragged fight. But a new fear eclipses her own suffocation. What unseen horrors might be befalling that person in this impenetrable gloom?
Don't take that person away.
The white world before her eyes, begins to bleed into a suffocating black. A heavy curtain falling over her vision. It smothers her thoughts, her panic, her very consciousness, until there is nothing left but an absolute and final silence.
Bianca, you silly girl. Falling asleep backstage like this. Aren't you worried you'll catch a chill? Hey now, wake up. Bianca!
Voice pierces the heavy shroud of sleep, slowly pulling Bianca back to consciousness. I was gonna ask who that was. Rigid and persistent, it coaxes her eyes to open. The dull throbbing blooms behind her eyes. She actually kind of reminds me of Bianca. Around the eyes a little bit. And her eyes as her vision swims into focus, revealing the concerned face of a middle-aged woman. Foggy mind begins to clear as reality solidifies. She's slumped against a pile of props backstage, the muffled music from the performance filtering through the heavy curtain. Theater director looks down at her, a faint line of worry etched between her brows. Fragments of memory reconnect with reality, gradually erasing the eerie mist that haunted her nightmare. Dang, it feels so good to read PGR again. Within her temples, Bianca realizes she has merely dozed off in a quiet corner. During a rehearsal break, on the other side of the curtain, the world carries on without her. She looks down at the book, still clutched in her hand. Ah, the music too. Its corner damp with sweat. How long has that nightmare held her? The director gently pries the book from her grasp. Her eyes fall on the author's name on the cover, Grey Raven, and she releases a soft, knowing sigh.
You were talking in your sleep just now. Kept calling out, "Where are you?" You looked as if your spirit had left you. Oh, child, you've clearly been working too hard preparing for that new play selection meeting. You've become so absorbed that it's giving you nightmares. Grey Raven, ever since you learned that person would be attending the selection, you've been working around the clock. You've even lost weight.
Bianca losing weight, huh? Bianca pictures herself to her feet, her hands automatically smoothing the wrinkles from her costume before she dips into a polite curtsy for the director.
My apologies, Director. I didn't sleep well last night, and I'm afraid I dozed off here. I assure you, it will not happen again.
The director doesn't acknowledge her promise. Instead, she simply takes Bianca's hand with a firm gentleness and guides her down to sit beside her.
You've always held an extraordinary passion for the works of Grey Raven. I understand why you want the lead in that author's new play. With your talent, being chosen would be completely deserved. I only worry, Bianca, you are becoming too consumed by it all. I understand your passion for the scripts, for the characters. But now this very passion is eating away at you. Others merely play their roles. But you always feel you become them. If this continues, you will lose yourself in the part.
No. Oh. The director's words are silken threads, tugging at the seams of Bianca's mind and pulling her back into the recent past. Suddenly she is standing once more in the blinding spotlight of that day. You know what else they need on this? When it comes to like art segments or like just pieces in general, make it where the dialogue just disappears. Like just like when you're reading in the story, make it where like you know like you for like taking screenshots or something. I'm actually gonna add that real quick for feedback. PGR. Feed, just one moment. PGR feedback. Animated PN images for the story. Voiced story. And what is it called? Blank clear HUD for there. Nice. The director's words are silken threads, tugging at the seams of Bianca's mind and pulling her back into the recent past. Suddenly she is standing once more in the blinding spotlight of that day. The day of her debut as the leading lady. The moment the Duchess of Night glided onto the stage, she commanded the room, holding every gaze captive. Bianca had worn the role like a second skin. This Duchess was a tyrant, one who used her immense power to sacrifice innocent villagers. Eventually her own spiraling magic destined her to fall by the hero's sword. As the final echo of the massacre scene faded, a foreign presence flooded Bianca's mind. It was a visceral, psychic scalpel carving away at her sanity. Her memory began to rupture, gaps spreading like dark fissures across a pane of ice. The daze was momentary. Yet when it broke, time had become unmoored. She had been trapped in a waking dream, brief and absolute. The illusion of the play was shattered. Bianca stood utterly frozen at the heart of the stage, a silent, dissonant chord struck in the midst of the symphony.
Uh-huh.
A murmur of confusion rippled through the audience. From the wings, her colleague, the hero, watched her with an expression of uncertainty and silence. silent and query and unsure when to enter. Halls had stretched too long, tearing the fabric of the play. The only path forward was to mend it with improvisation, to let the story continue in a new, unscripted shape. The face of carved marble, Bianca met her colleague's gaze and gave a nearly imperceptible nod that said she had this. In a heartbeat, she drew the mantle of the Duchess back around her.
I, too, once possessed a life like the humans. Fleeting and fragile. Yet, I knew laughter, tears, and love. But now, dwelling in darkness, all I possess is this lonely, never-ending existence.
Spotlight isolated Bianca within the ruined castle hall, a single figure embodying the Duchess of Nights, profound despair and sorrow. Here the Duchess's lament over her helpless fate and crushing solitude was no longer an act. Bianca dissolved into the role, very soul merging with the tragic, noble woman. From her, countless invisible threads of enchantment seemed to emanate, weaving a spell that captivated the gaze and steeled the breath of every person in the audience.
Alas, my sweet lover became the hero who stood against me, only to perish by my hand, leaving behind only this treasured sword. I can see that person now. My love, who once pledged eternal devotion to me, waiting desperately for me on the far shore of the river Styx.
The Duchess raised her arms high, lifting an invisible blade, her eyes holding one last, fleeting glimpse of relieved longing. Oh! The final tragic grace, the unseen weapon was plunged into her chest. Her elegantly dressed form crumpled, collapsing into a haunting final image seared beneath the spotlight. Simultaneously, thunderous applause erupted, roaring through the theater until the stage curtains swept shut. But Bianca never saw the figure dressed in gray who had been watching her, silent and still, from the shadows of the audience. As a row of the crowd persisted beyond the curtain. Beyond the curtain, she remained in her fallen pose. Her castmates rushed to her side, their faces beaming with joy.
That was incredible, Bianca! I was so worried. I had no idea if I should rush on stage or not. I was absolutely beside myself. I never imagined you could save the play like that. It was brilliant.
Bianca had barely found her feet when Eliane, who had played the hero, rushed forward to embrace her. But Bianca remained distant in Eliane's arms, failing to return the enthusiasm as usual. Enthusiasm as usual. She was still adrift in the emotional undertow of the character she had just portrayed.
Where is the river Styx I seek?
Hey, Bianca, the performance is over. Are you alright?
Alex shook Bianca's arm, her voice laced with worry. Bianca's distant expression finally flickered. The last trace of the dream dissolving as she drifted back to the present.
Is that so? It's over? I'm glad nothing went amiss. My deepest apologies for troubling everyone.
Oh, you scared me half to death. For a moment, I thought you were truly possessed by the Duchess of Night.
I am quite alright. I was just lost in thought for a moment.
Oh. After giving Eliane's shoulder a reassuring pat, Bianca headed backstage and immediately locked eyes with the theater director. His expression was etched with concern. She had witnessed the entire exchange.
Director, the mishap during the performance was entirely my fault. I have caused trouble for everyone, and I offer my sincerest apologies.
Bianca offered the director a deep bow.
I'm not blaming you at all, Bianca. In fact, your performance surpassed all our expectations. It is only your state earlier that concerns me. I worry you are immersing yourself a little too deeply, which can so easily...
Yeah, especially because she's a construct, right? I mean... Don't let the personality, you know, the role consume you. Bianca finally surfaces from her thoughts to find the director still beside her. her hand cradling Bianca's with a maternal tenderness. Concern in the woman's eyes is a perfect mirror of that day.
Director, I know my apologies are of little comfort, but I will prove myself through my actions. I will ensure I am in the best possible condition for tomorrow's selection.
All right. In that case, go home and rest early today. Please take care of yourself, Bianca.
The director's expression deepens with concern. She seems on the verge of speaking, then hesitates. Instead, she simply returns the book by Grey Ribbon to Bianca, giving the back of her hand a gentle pat, a gesture that conveys more than any word could. Bianca offers a final bow before turning to leave, never noticing the director's worried gaze. Follows her until she disappears from view.
I only worry that you are immersing yourself too deeply. You could so easily become controlled by the role. It would be like wearing a mask you can no longer remove.
Now that would be something. After a long moment, the director finally looks away, releasing a soft, weary sigh. Perhaps such worries are misplaced. What Bianca needs now is not intervention, but patience and time. Click. The soft sound of the lock engaging and the noise of the outside world falls away. Bianca lets out a gentle sigh of relief. Nothing she is still holding Grey Ribbon's book, she walks to the bookshelf and carefully returns it to its place. Taking a step back, she stands in quiet contemplation of the scene before her. Each volume is meticulously arranged, slightly worn spine, a testament to countless nights of devoted reading. On every single one, the same name appears as the author, Grey Ribbon. The enigmatic writer has never made a public appearance. The stories flowing from that pen have become impossible to overlook in literary circles. The unfolding, a future scarred by conflict, where an unknown virus has triggered a catastrophic collapse. In that fractured world, humanity bands together to resist, giving rise to countless tales of heroic sacrifice, interwoven with moments of fragile, unexpected warmth. At the heart of these narratives stands the fearless Grey Ribbon Commandant who confronts each new crisis with boundless courage and wisdom. While Bianca herself has never known war or true disaster, she feels an inexplicable, almost innate sense of familiarity and affection for the world woven by Grey Ribbon's words.
Are you the one who was in my dream? It feels as though I've been searching for you for an eternity. There is a familiarity, as if I've known you for ages, and yet so much remains just beyond my memory. But tomorrow, I will finally meet you in person. Maestro Grey Raven, I have waited for this day for so very long.
Finger gently traced the name Grey Raven on the book on a book's spine. Oh. Early the next morning, Bianca hurries to the theater, eager for today's play selection. But before she can reach the backstage area, a figure clad in gray materializes before her. The person's face is poorly concealed behind a mask, and without warning, they begin to recite lines at her with dramatic passion.
Oh, my beloved, who has waited with such faith. Even from 1,000 miles, I felt your affection, carried on the gentlest breeze. Your form has grown slender from your endless vigil. Yet your passionate heart shines more
her voice reminds me of
brilliantly
Lilith, like
than
if she was like
purest
trying to like
gold.
sound different.
My beloved, in this moment, I have at last returned to your side. Oh no, what comes next? I forgot my line.
Grey cloaked figure finally breaks character. A giggle escapes from behind the mask. Poor Eliane lifts it away, revealing her familiar face.
I totally killed the mood. How could I blank on the best part? And you could have at least played along, Bianca. I went through all the trouble of dressing up as your beloved Grey Raven.
Bianca simply brushes the hair from Eliane's forehead, her smile gentle as she takes in the girl's post-performance
I
disarray.
had a feeling it was you. But your delivery was quite compelling. Let's channel that spirited performance into our play selection meeting.
Bianca, you worry too much. You've been preparing for this meeting for ages. It's going to go perfectly.
Eliane puts away her Grey Raven costume, an impish smile playing across her face.
So, Bianca, today you finally get to meet your beloved Grey Raven in person. Don't tell me you were too excited to sleep last night.
My beloved is hardly the appropriate phrase. And besides,
All right, you know what I mean. Everyone in the theater knows you're Grey Raven's biggest fan. You snatch up that person's new works the moment they're published. And I always see you reading those books during breaks. If you ask me, it's just like having a secret crush on someone you've never met.
now you're being absurd.
Bianca is left momentarily speechless. The justice forward, yet it resonates with a quiet truth in her heart. Oh, I see the pictures. In lieu of a reply, she answers with a soft smile and takes Eliane's hand, walking into the theater, where the rest of the cast has already gathered. It's in a circle of expectant faces. The director nearly aligns the selection envelopes in her hands and holds them aloft. Sound a call to order?
My dear cast, I know you all have been anticipating this day. It is a true joy to see you all here, so full of hope and ready to begin. Today, we see which of your dreams will find their wings. To honor the spirit of the work itself, every playwright has submitted their theme anonymously. Let your intuition guide you. Choose the story that speaks to your heart.
I do want to know where this is taking place or how, because yeah, beyond like this is like feels like it's just like in like another segment of reality or something.
If your vision resonates with the playwright, you will become the leading actor for their new play. Now, come forward and find your story. May this be the first step on a wonderful journey for you all, my children.
Children. The actors flock around the director like a murmuration of starlings. Their movements, a flurry of eager anticipation. They pluck envelopes from the table, their voices a rising chatter of excitement as they debate their potential choices with their companions. Soon the flurry subsides. After several rounds, each actor has made their choice. They scatter like leaves through the dressing rooms, the rustle of costumes and the quickening pace of footsteps, signaling the shift into anxious preparation backstage. The room, so recently abuzz with life, falls into a hollow silence. Only Bianca remains. A single forgotten envelope lies on the table. It had been opened, inspected, and discarded by every other hand. Its contents deemed worthless, a single blank sheet of paper.
It seems a blank page was mistakenly included with the topics. A simple oversight, I'm sure.
Bianca's fingertips drift over the envelope, finding not emptiness, but a subtle, embossed pattern of a feather. A slow, knowing smile graces her lips as she presses the paper to her heart, claiming what the others had failed to see.
I see no oversight. Only a unique and thoughtful challenge. And I believe I understand the creator's intention perfectly.
Okay. One by one, the one-act plays conclude. Playwrights in the audience respond with warm applause, already extending offers to the actors who brought their words to life. The theater gradually empties as the excitement spills outside, where actors and creators mingle, exchanging congratulations and posing for photographs. Amid the exodus, a single figure remains. The playwright is dressed in gray, sitting in patient solitude, waiting for the leading lady who belongs to them. Backstage, Bianca stands in silence. Fingertips trace the delicate feather pattern embossed on the paper in her hands. A tender smile graces her lips as she presses it close to her heart. Finally, the curtains part once more. Spotlight blooms, illuminating the stage as the leading lady, resplendent in her costume, ascends to take her place. Through the glare of the lights, Bianca can barely make out the face of the waiting figure, but her gaze is drawn to the gray feather emblem adorning their attire, and a sudden and profound familiarity strikes her. It is an emblem that has been woven throughout all of Grey Raven's works. Subtle signature, a secret known only to the most devoted of readers.
At last we meet, Maestro Grey Raven.
Oh. Your gaze locks on the silhouette center stage, and a sense of familiarity stirs once more in your heart. I know you, Bianca. I've watched your performance. Your portrayal of the Duchess of Night was unforgettable. But I don't believe our paths have crossed in person until now.
Indeed, they have not. And yet, I feel we are already acquainted. You've woven the Grey Raven into more than just your signature. It is the soul of your stories, your personal emblem in the world. Though you shun public appearances and offered no introduction today, forgive my forwardness, but if you wish to preserve your mystery, you might be more discreet with your Grey Raven symbol, that blank page, the emblem you wear now. They have been your introduction. Was that always your intention? A test?
You break into a knowing smile, and you were the only one who understood the invitation. I have no interest in prescribing themes. I would only place chains upon the performer. I only wish to witness a truly free and unique soul upon the stage. So what other revelations do you have for me? Bianca bows her head for a long moment. When she lifts her chin, the girlish clarity is gone from her eyes, replaced by a woman's knowing, beguiling? How do you sound that out? Let me see. Beguiling. Replace a woman's knowing, beguiling gaze.
Then allow me to return to your side, just as I was on the day we first met.
Oh. At her soft whisper, the Duchess of Night returns, her form weaving a tale of inescapable fate and profound solitude. Like a sorrow borrowed from another destiny, she materializes within the silent, magnificent darkness. She descends from the stage, drawing near you, sitting in the audience. A longing in her eyes is a silent testament to the Duchess, yearning for her beloved, who waits by the river Styx.
My beloved, have you waited for me here, on the shores of the Styx, through all these centuries?
The light in Bianca's eyes have completely changed from moments before. As her face draws nearer to yours, a silent magnetic pull seems to emanate from her, making a resistance feel unthinkable. Shall I take her hand?
Hey, esteemed author, literary luminary.
Who is
The
this?
masses await your presence for a commemorative photograph.
Suddenly, a young man pushes the theater door open, his voice slicing through the subdued atmosphere as he leans inside.
My statistical analysis of the ambient tension suggests my timing is suboptimal. So, shall I execute a tactical retreat, or will you two require a few more... very well, I've allowed a 3-second response window. Based on your micro-expressions, the correct course of action is clearly, I'll wait outside. Another subtle change in your micro-expression. Right eyebrow elevation of approximately 0.2 centimeters combined with a faint nasolabial fold shift. The internal monologue now reads, why is this guy so phenomenally annoying?
Sensing no verbal response from you, Wilder turns to Bianca. Is that his name? Yeah. Wilder turns to Bianca, continuing his eager analysis.
A stellar performance, ma'am. And judging by the non-verbal synchronicity
Yeah, what's up,
I'm
Remy? How's it going,
observing,
dude?
the probability of you two convincingly portraying lovers on stage is extremely high.
Howdy, howdy. Can you stop playing the detective from your own books for once? That's enough already? For once. Clear your throat, a feeble attempt to hide your embarrassment, and rise to extend a hand toward Bianca. Apologize for the interruption to your scene. If you don't mind, shall we go take that photo first? She doesn't accept it. Instead, she stands with her back to the dim glow of the stage, her face an unavoidable mask in the shadows.
Perhaps my form is better suited to shadows
It's going good. Nice, nice.
than to the sunlight that illuminates all things.
Leaving only those enigmatic words hanging in the air between you, her silhouette melts into the waiting darkness. Peculiar unease settles in your chest. You sense it then. Shadow that had clung to your clung to her from the very start, but as you draw a breath to call her back, the other playwright's voice cuts through your thoughts again.
A brilliant choice. She is without a doubt the optimal candidate for the female lead in your new play. A 100% match.
I haven't mentioned anything yet. What kind of mind-reading trick is this now?
Deduction, my friend. Pure logical deduction. I swear on every detective novel I've ever written. The intensity of your gaze while looking at her confirms it. She is algorithmically
That's good though, man.
speaking your destined
We're reading PGR
leading
today.
lady. Although, I must note, a secondary observation has been forming since I entered. A rather unsettling atmospheric pressure.
Before we can finish, a strange metallic groan echoes from the dark dome above. The conversation cuts off as you both instinctively look up. Oh. Before us can adjust to the gloom, a swift, heavy pressure descends like an invisible beast lunging straight for you. Watch out! Theater seats are packed tightly, offering no escape. In a split second, the oppressive force materializes with a violent rush of air. Shove the person right next to you away. You shove Wilder backward with all your strength. He stumbles into the seats behind you and use the momentum to throw yourself sideways. Boom. Deafening crash rips through the theater, the concussion throbbing in your eardrums. A hail of sharp shards whips past, graze in the air where you stood. Culprit behind this attack turns out to be an enormous crystal chandelier, now a wreck of glittering fragments and twisted metal. Where it fell, the seats are utterly demolished. Hold on, brother. I'll read your thing right after this. I think I quickly glanced. I saw what you're talking about. I'll mention it right after this. For a frozen moment, there's only the settling dust and the ringing in your ears. Then the theater staff burst in, their frantic footsteps halting as they take in the scene of devastation. A moment too late, and you would have been part of the wreckage.
What in the world? I'm terribly sorry for giving you both such a fright.
Dude, like I always say, when I read other stories compared to, like, PGR, dude, this is what I imagine, like, the Arknight story to be like long. Because, like, the PGR stories now are pretty long, man. Like, it's actually, like, a light novel. Like, it just keeps going. And this is just a gotcha coding. Gotcha coding story. What in the world? I'm totally sorry for giving you both such a fright.
Please leave the area immediately for your own safety. We'll take care of everything else.
And this is just one stage. After leaving the theater, you wandered the streets, but the memory of the falling chandelier holds you in a tight grip. You haven't confessed the true reason for your unease. In the split second before the crash, you heard something, a whisper of ghostly laughter, faint and cold, threading through the darkness. After a moment of contemplation, you turn and retrace your steps to the theater. Wow. Yeah, they get pretty long. That's why I'm, like, hesitant. And that's why I'm leaving, like, this and, like, Morningman's for last. Like, when it comes to, like, reading the story. Like, I'm trying to finish, yeah, like, Wua, Reverse, and Zenless before this. I'm, like, super behind on all this stuff, though. I'm excited to read it, though. The building now stands in hushed silence, its daytime clamor gone. Chandelier has already been repaired, hoisted back to its majestic position. The only evidence of the chaos is a few stray crystal fragments glittering like forgotten tears on the floor. You sink in the same seat you occupied earlier, your gaze sweeping across the empty row. Must be your imagination, and yet you could still hear it. The echo of that phantom laughter seems to linger in the still air. But instead of fear, profound calm settles over you. Pull out your unfinished script, and the words begin to flow. Today's terror has become a twisted muse, giving the story you thought was unfinished an entirely new direction. Knocking in the shadows, mocking me, a mere guest in your domain. So, are you the phantom of the theater? Not a bad concept, so many interesting paths this could take. If you are real, why not show yourself phantom? Pen has barely traced its way down half the page when a whisper of footsteps sounds behind you. You don't turn, letting the scratch of your nib continue its steady rhythm as a deliberate answer.
The night is so beautiful. And yet, you are here alone.
Is that how it ends? I was about to say, okay. The voice that called out to you earlier finds its way to your ears again. You watch as she descends the theater steps, her silent, deliberate figure halting just a few paces away.
Do not
Bianca?
let your thoughts become a cage that keeps you in solitude. There is no need to wait for a phantom. The one you have been waiting for is already here. Your leading lady.
You've been waiting for me? She offers no answer. Instead, a single fingertip presses gently against your lips, a silent, definitive end to your questions.
No more words. Simply surrender to the beauty of the night.
Cloaked in shadow, Bianca's face holds a confidence unseen in the daylight as a subtle smile graces her lips. With a touch that is both tender and unyielding, she takes the unfinished script from your hands. Then she places her own fingertips in your palm. Hold her hand. Holding hands. Without a word, she leads you onto the vast, empty stage. Her hands rest on your shoulder as she draws near into the world, narrows to the space between you. You left without a word today. I was worried about you today. You left without a word. I was worried about you today?
That was a moment of indulgence. I prefer our time together without interruption. But now, we have the entire quiet night.
Noticing your reluctance to join her dance softens her voice even more.
Why? Do you not enjoy being alone with me like this?
The empty theater is shrouded in ambiguous shadows. Bianca stands so close, her breath ghosts your skin. I've actually never heard a saying like that. What the hell? Ghosts your skin. Or the use of it like that. I mean, I've heard of other ways, but Yet her face remains a mystery obscured by the darkness. Memory surfaces that strange, unexplained interruption that abruptly ended your time together earlier today. You seem remarkably different tonight than you were during the day.
What's wrong? Are you unaccustomed to me taking the lead? The protagonist in your stories seize every opportunity without hesitation. I wish to be the same. Just as I am now. Taking your hand.
Holding hands? She moves even closer, narrowing the distance between
No
you.
more words. All that is left is to dance with your leading lady. Let this phantom tale continue. Tonight, this story belongs to you and me alone.
That's it, right? Okay, that's one. Oh, okay. Quick little break. I need to get some more water. Let me... Yeah, take a quick break. Okay. Now let's get started. Only your heart. With what you cherish in your heart, write an oath that belongs only to us. Let me see. What? Where's my thing? Did I not write something new? Oh my gosh. I guess I didn't? Whatever. How can I click on my notes? What? So I can open them. Okay. The car glides through the streets, taking Bianca and you toward your destination. Beyond the windows, the night is a brilliant tapestry of city lights. Less than an hour, the press conference for your new play begins, as well as the moment you will present Bianca to the world as your leading lady. Is this a story I wrote? And that we're experiencing here? The car's interior is hushed. Beside you, Bianca is a quiet silhouette, her attention captured by the night view. When she senses your gaze, she turns from the window and offers a gentle, knowing smile.
You seem preoccupied. Is there something you wish to discuss?
I hope having you accompany me isn't taking too much from your rehearsal time.
It is always my pleasure to honor your requests, and to be here at your side is its own reward.
Bianca's warm smile lingers for a moment before fading, replaced by an inquisitive look as a question surfaces in her mind.
You have entrusted me with the lead, yet the role of Grey Raven remains uncast.
'Cause that's me!
While I confess my own hopes for the part, I would be most interested to hear your thoughts.
The pivotal question comes just as you expected. A spark of mischief prompts you to sidestep the answer. I think I'll keep that particular answer myself for the moment. It seems she sees the playful deception in your eyes, and a knowing look passes between you. She doesn't expose it. Instead, her response is a gentle pressure as her hand slips into yours, a wordless agreement to play along.
Then I shall wait with patience. Though, I do hope your revelation will not be too long in coming.
Press conference venue is a sea of bodies, a wall of expectant faces turning you and Bianca into the unmissable center of attention. Camera flashes detonate like silent strobe lights, painting the stage in bursts of white as reporters jostle and shift for the perfect shot. In the crowd, a single reporter is the first to break the surface, her hands shooting up as she leans forward to pose her question.
Given that your new play is a romance, can you tell us who will be playing the love interest opposite Miss Bianca? As your audience knows, you've always written under the pen name Grey Raven, a name that's also become the beloved protagonist in your work, embodying all those admirable qualities. But until now, Grey Raven has always been a virtual figure in various adaptations. This is the first live stage production, which means we'll finally see a physical incarnation. So, my question is, who will have the honor of bringing Grey Raven to life?
Reporter's question strikes, plunging the entire venue into a vacuum of silence. She has seized the perfect moment to voice the million-dollar question, the one secret everyone has died to learn. As if on cue, the camera flashes intensify into a relentless storm, and the weight of the room's attention becomes a palpable pressure. In the breathless tension, Bianca turns to you. Her eyes are not just expectant, but they are boundless, pleading. Please tell me the answer. Her gaze repeats the unanswered question from the car, making this moment solely about the two of you. Ignoring the sea of reporters, you offer a quiet smile to her hopeful face. Looking directly into her eyes, you give her your answer. I am Grey Raven. Yep, you see? Who else would play me? I will be portraying the character myself. The moment your answer lands, a knowing smile blossoms on Bianca's face, a silent testament to the deep understanding you share.
In the radiance of your enduring light, I have found a warmth that never fades from my side. And I, a lily long held in winter's grasp, unfold at last in splendor beneath your gentle care.
Those are verses from your own pen, but hearing them shaped by her voice strikes a chord deeper than you, especially knowing the sentiment in your heart is perfectly mirrored in hers. The noise of the crowd blurs into a distant hum as ripples of feeling spread through your chest, leaving only the universe of this shared moment. Here I remain within this garden of lilies, with no desire to ever depart. For 1,000 blossoms turn their faces, each and every one solely for her. You answer within the second half of the verse. Your eyes meet, and in that silent understanding, your hands find one another, clasping tight as a shared smile blossoms. The barrage of camera flashes does not intrude. It merely etches this timeless scene into eternity. The night has grown late, the press conference venue remains packed, the dinner and dance sustaining a vibrant, festive atmosphere. Reporters who hours ago were jockeying for position have now relaxed in the evening's merriment. Carry yourself with the poise of the guest of honor, gracefully meeting every expectation. After several elegant dances, however, you realize your partner Bianca has vanished. Gaze cuts through the bustling crowd, scanning back and forth until you find that graceful figure. She stands in the farthest corner of the ballroom, her eyes meeting yours across the sea of people. She offers a gentle smile, but makes no move to approach. The instant you step forward toward her, a swarm of reporters surrounds you, pulling you back into the spotlight.
Maestro Grey Raven, could I trouble you for an autograph?
No!
May I get a photo with just you? It's been my dream forever.
$50. The first wave of enthusiasm envelops you, creating a silent, widening distance between you and Bianca. And there, beyond the tide of laughter and excitement, she stands, as quiet and serene as moonlight. She has chosen the farthest balcony, and shielding the elegant chandeliers for the embrace of the cool night air. She feels the weight of your gaze from across the room. She returns it with a gentle smile.
Tonight's true star was always meant to be you. To be able to watch you shine from here. That is more than enough.
Bianca tilts her head back, her gaze tracing the moon's slow descent into the west. As wispy clouds shroud the lunar disk, the moonlight that gilded her figure softly fades, as if withdrawing its blessing. The weight of a full evening spent maintaining a perfect composure seems to settle upon her at last. She closes her eyes, surrendering her thoughts to the welcoming darkness. Above, the clouds coalesce into a thick, ominous mass, and the air grows heavy with the promise of rain.
Bianca.
Oh no.
Even here, in the heart of it all, you remain in the wings, forever watching from the shadows.
Massacre. A voice dark and formless speaks from the void. Bianca jolts, her eyes snapping open to a world completely undisturbed, and nothing is out of place.
Was that just my imagination? Perhaps I'm just too tired. So selfless, so noble. You cannot even bring yourself to claim what is rightfully yours. If that's how you feel, then hand that person over to me. I will be the one to stand at our protagonist's side. From now on. It's you!
Chill seizes Bianca's spine. That voice, it was the same shadow from her nightmare, the one that had coiled beneath the small boat she and Grey Raven had been riding. As memory grips her, an eerie darkness begins to crawl up the ballroom windows, like a living sludge. Unbelievably, the guests continue their revelry, blind to the invasion. But Bianca hears a faint, unsettling laughter woven into the shadows, an invisible pressure that smothers the room's light and air. Her eyes dart and she finds it. It's a sort of figure lurking within the deepening gloom. Thought does not precede action. Instinct takes over, propelling her forward as she rushes to your side. No sooner does her warning escape than a blast tears through the night. The world erupts in a cascade of shattering glass. In one fluid motion, she wraps her arms around you, using her own body as a shield to drive you both to the ground. A powerful gust rushes past her ear as something sharp slices her cheek, drawing blood. She positions herself to absorb the impact, shielding you with her body. Glass shatters rain down, and terrified screams erupt throughout the ballroom. She holds you tightly against her chest. Damn. I see. A desperate human shield against the unexpected calamity.
What was that? The windows, they've all blown in. Someone, call an ambulance. Where's the staff?
Panic erupts through the hall, shattering the stunned silence. As guests scramble to check on the loved ones who serve beneath the shield of Bianca's body. And you know what? Constructs are super duper heavy. I think it's kind of like Nikke, right? Where, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're heavy in that, like, series too. So, I don't know how she's on top of... She's definitely, yeah. Hopefully I'm not getting crushed. Unscathed, you push yourself upright. Your own well-being recognize your hands. Urgently seek to assess hers. Bianca!
I'm alright. Are you hurt?
Bianca steadies her breath, forcing a smile to reassure you. Her attention has already shifted from her own injuries to you. Yeah, they are heavy. Yeah, it's funny because, like, they're kind of like the same thing in, like, both universes in here and in, yeah, in Nikke. They're both, like, android, or, like, constructs, mechs, and whatnot. And they're heavy. Her fingers move over your arms and shoulders with a frantic tenderness, checking for any sign of harm, completely oblivious of the trail of blood, tracing a path down her cheek.
Thank goodness you're unharmed.
Don't move, you're bleeding. Draw a handkerchief and press it gently to the gash on her cheek. Crimson bleeds through the white linen, and the faint, metallic scent of blood taints the air.
Maestro, it's nothing. Please, you must check yourself thoroughly first.
Oops, think about yourself first, Bianca. Ballroom is a world of selfish chaos. Everyone... Oh, actually, I guess this perspective, maybe she's not a construct, especially in this reality that's happening. Because I don't know how this story is being told from, like, what perspective. If we're, like, in a giant play, if we're in a giant storybook, yeah, because I don't know, they're telling a play right now, but within that play, like from even a farther perspective, is this being told like an actual reality, or is this being like I don't know what's happening here. I'm trying to like put things together. Yeah, and most can swim too. It's funny because a lot of mech characters in like a lot of like games or series, even like Master Chief, he can't swim. He literally just cannot swim. In here... I can't recall if they could swim or not. I think they could go underwater, though. But I don't remember if they could, like, rise. I think they can. I'm not sure because I know there's like Spec Ops team that do stuff like that in like secret like shadows. Yeah, Master Chief can swim. Master Chief weighs like I don't know how many tons. he's like super duper heavy. That's why in the cutscene in Halo 2 when he like jumps into the water, like to escape the blast from like the slip space rupture in Metropolis, he like goes in the water and he like he like just sinks, but then the grave mine pulls him in and like saves him. The ballroom is a world of selfish chaos. Everyone too consumed by their own survival to notice her injury. You have to get her out of here. I think she's a human in this perspective. Supporting Bianca, you guide her away from the devastation and into the quiet sanctuary of a secluded side chamber. You help her recline onto a sofa, cradling her head in the crook of your arm. With the handkerchief and water, you begin to tend to her wound. Your touch as gentle as the circumstances allow. Rest finally feeling the pain from her wound. Bianca's brow furrows slightly. Her grip on your arms tightens as an unconscious plea for support. The secluded side chamber is empty and notably colder than the bustling ballroom. Conditions that seem to intensify Bianca's discomfort. In response, you open your coat, letting it fall around her like the protective wings of a gray raven, and draw her into sheltering embrace. Rest now, just until the medics arrive. All right. Let's see.
Alright.
Perhaps from sheer exhaustion, Bianca abandons her usual composure and makes no attempt to pull away from your embrace. She answers only with a soft murmur before closing her eyes. That is like the one thing that'll like get me to go back to Nikke is probably the story. I was like super invested in the story, but then yeah. Then I stopped. Sheltered beneath the gray raven's protected wings, her breathing slowly evens out, the earlier raggedness softening into a steady, gentle rhythm. Outside, rain begins to fall unnoticed. In the shadowy half light, Bianca's eyelashes flutter, delicately hint that she has drifted into some unknown dream. The blood on her pale cheek is dried, but the wound itself remains a jarring mark against her skin. It is difficult to imagine what courage drove her to shield you with her own body. Even earlier, as her lifeblood flowed freely, her worried gaze has been fixed entirely on you. Take her hand, drawing closer, hoping your warmth might grant her some peace within her dreams. Perhaps sensing it, Bianca's fingers unconsciously shift, gently intertwining with yours.
Stay with me. Just like this.
Okay. Her sleep talk reaches you in fragmented whispers, so faint they seem to bleed into the silence. Bianca? She's smiling now. She doesn't respond, but a faint smile touches her lips as if your words had found their way into her dreams. Find yourself wondering what beautiful scene is playing out behind her closed eyes. With your free hand, you gently brush a stray lock of hair from her temple, careful not to disturb this slumbering, angelic peace. Outside, the rain intensifies, draping the night in a hazy veil. For a reason you can't name, you selfishly wish the downpour would last a while longer. Bianca's fragmented murmurs reach your ears, somewhat distinguishing themselves from the patter against the window. What time is it, like 2?
Let go of these phantoms, my lost wanderer. There is nothing for you here. This realm was emptied long ago. No trace remains of the glorious life you once lived.
My conviction are all I have left. As the last syllable leaves your lips, the person across from you breaks into applause, giving you an appreciation nod.
Beautifully done.
Appreciative nod.
Your expression was perfect, and the emotional commitment was truly there. I suppose it's no surprise when the author steps into their own creation. I must say, I've rarely seen someone take to the stage so naturally.
Okay.
To reach this level in such a short time is remarkable. If you ever tire of your pen, my theater would welcome you. Without a doubt, you'd be our lead in no time.
I see. You're too kind. Please, you flatter me. You're too kind. I still have so much to learn before I can share the stage properly with Bianca.
Very well. Let's continue. The next scene is the first encounter between Grey Raven and Phantom.
The director dons Phantom's mask, her posture shifting with practiced ease as the character takes hold. In response, you steady your own breathing, searching for the emotional landscape of your own role beside her.
Who dares to walk my domain in this eternal night? You are not the one I have waited for in the long dark.
I'm here for one reason only, to find some sign of my beloved.
Let's pause for a moment. Something about this
Oh.
part isn't quite settling.
My apologies, let me try that again.
No, that's all right. Let's end our rehearsal here for today. Sometimes, the harder we try to grasp a character, the more it slips away.
With the Phantom mask removed, the director sheds the character's persona, returning to her offstate
To
self.
be honest, my greatest concern at the moment is Bianca. That girl has immersed herself so deeply in this play. When I watch her on stage, it feels less like a performance and more like a pouring out of her very soul. I can't help but worry for her. Diving so deep into a role can leave marks on the spirit, especially given what she's been through before. She never speaks of it, but sometimes I wonder if the characters she embodies are beginning to shape her, almost like echoes of another personality. Forgive me. I didn't mean to ramble on with such fanciful thoughts. Please, don't take it to heart. It's getting late. I should make my final rounds and check the facilities. Again, I'm so sorry about the incident with the chandelier.
I wonder how many missions there are. You step out of this theater into a world transformed by night and a gentle, pattering rain. With no umbrella, you take shelter under the eaves, waiting as the rain paints the city in shimmering strokes. The rhythm of the rain pulls your thoughts back to the press conference, to the same melody that lulled Bianca into a deep slumber in your arms. She hasn't been at the theater for days, still on leave recovering from the incident. Yet in the solitude of your monologue rehearsals, you keep conjuring her ghost. You act an empty space, only to see her form materialize before you, tenderly confessing feelings for you. Your mind adrift in the rain, a soft voice suddenly calls you back to reality.
Lost in thought in the rain? You'll catch a chill.
And then you see her Bianca, whom you haven't seen for days. It's standing at your side, as if conjured by the rain. How she arrived without your notice is a mystery. She is a still point in the curtain of rain. Her hair and the hem of her dress already jeweled with droplets.
I fear this rain has no intention of stopping. Please, allow me to see you home, Maestro. There's no need for concern. I haven't been waiting long.
Step under her umbrella and take it from her hand. Few pedestrians brave the rainy night, leaving the street feeling like a private world for two. Your shared umbrella is small, a gentle excuse that draws you imperceptibly closer. In the dim light, raindrops catch and fracture the glow, tracing the delicate contours of Bianca's profile. She feels the weight of your gaze and turns, her smile gentle in the half-light.
I realize I should have brought a second umbrella for you, but I must confess a selfish wish. I'd rather share this one, so we might remain close like this.
I see. She edges closer, her warmth, a palpable presence through the layers of clothing. At this proximity, the wound on her cheek from your last encounter is unmistakable. She doesn't shy from your gaze. Instead, she raises her hand and gently traces a line of the healing scar.
If you continue to look at me that way, I'm not certain how I should respond. Your safety is all that matters. To me, this scar is a keepsake. Something precious that belongs solely to us.
Words of comfort feel too contrived. You simply tilt the umbrella toward her, and she responds by quietly slipping her arm through yours. You walk the rest of the way in a comfortable silence, the outline of your residence growing even closer. This path, usually not a short one, feels impossibly brief tonight. All too soon you arrive at the moment of parting. If time has come, yet you yearn for a moment to linger, you turn to speak and catch her gaze, and in her eyes you see your own unspoken wish reflected back at you.
I find I am not yet ready to bid you good night. That evening in the banquet hall, you were my protector. So tonight, please allow me to remain at your side, just as you stayed with me then.
The word phantom goes unspoken, a silent pact between you, yet its presence hangs in the air. A storm cloud threatening to break. No one knows their identity or when they might strike next. Push open the door to your residence. Having spent days at the theater and monologue rehearsal, returning only under the cover of night, you're greeted by the scent of stillness and a fine film of dust. Incomplete manuscripts are strewn across the floor like fallen leaves. Lately inspired by the Phantom's disruptions, you've been endlessly revising, hoping to forge a better story from the chaos.
You should rest. Please, allow me to take care of this.
No comprende. No can do. Well, first-time visitor, Bianca moves through the room with an intuitive grace, her hands restoring order to the chaos as if she knows its intended shape. Once the last manuscript is meticulously sorted, she crosses to the window and pushes it open. The rain has ceased. A cool, damp breath of night air flows inside, sweeping the room's stale atmosphere away. You seem quite practiced at this.
I feel as though I've been here many times before. I hope that doesn't sound improper. Sometimes the line feels so faint. I encounter moments that strike me with a powerful sense of déjà vu, as if I've already lived them in a dream. There are times I can scarcely tell where the dream ends and reality begins. I find myself wondering, am I dreaming now? Or is this real?
I actually just don't know. I don't know what's happening. Or if this is a play, or if this is, yeah, actually happening or not. I think it's like a play or something, and like being told from like my like to I don't know, unless A-list telling a story or something. I cannot. I'm trying to like picture it, but I don't know. Her gaze drops as she turns a thought, or her, or like Selena. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Gaze drops as she turns a thought over in her mind, weighing its worth. The decision made, she lifts her eyes to meet yours, bridging the silence she just created.
Logically, I know that we just met. And yet, I am filled with this unshakable feeling that I have seen you in my dreams. A part of me wonders if I have stepped into one even now. But regardless of all that, what matters is that I am truly here with you.
Indeed. Her words stir thoughts long dormant in your heart. An answer rises within you, needing no translation. Rather than dreams, I prefer to believe it's a connection that transcends them. Whether it's a dream or reality is unimportant. As long as what we feel is real, that is enough. Gazing at her, powerful thought wells up, the need to make a vow. In a gesture borrowed from your own play, you take her hand and use your other to trace a simple, unmistakable symbol on her palm. Comprehension dawns in her eyes. In an instant, you can feel this unspoken bond between you strengthen. A tangible force affirmed by the gentle smile she returns.
With what you cherish in your heart, write an oath that belongs only to us. No matter how the seasons change, or the years turn.
Nothing in this world shall ever tear us apart. You voice the tender words she left unspoken. Bianca rests her head against your shoulder, settling into a perfect shared tranquility. Aw. In the shared, silent understanding that time loses all meaning, the sudden chime of the clock strikes to the quiet, startling you both. It's already midnight. Your first gut-wrenching thought is a silent shout. I haven't written a word today. With a quiet sigh, you move toward the kitchen, already anticipating the bitter jolt of coffee needed to fuel the long night ahead. Before you can take a second step, Bianca's hand is on yours, a gentle weight that steals you completely.
Your well-being is far more important than any script. Please, don't push yourself so hard.
Okay. I just don't want to be the one who holds everyone back.
Regardless, you must rest properly tonight. You once wrote yourself that fatigue is a warrior's most insidious foe.
Bianca doesn't wait for a reply. She presses a warm mug of herbal tea into your hands, the delicate fragrance already soothing your senses. I just imagine Bianca wearing this, like, her outfit or her frame coating, like, everywhere. Like, right now she's wearing it here in the play when she has her own leisure time. It's... She's wearing it everywhere, man. I just can't stop thinking about that, too. After drawing the heavy curtains closed, she returns to your side, guiding the cup to your lips with a quiet, unwavering certainty.
May your dreams be sweet. I will be right here.
I think they wear casual clothing too, if I'm not mistaken. I always imagine it like this. I'll be right here. But what about your own rest? Will you be alright?
I've adjusted my schedule these past few days and rested during the daytime. Now, please, close your eyes.
Speaking of schedule, mine's kind of messed up now again. Is she tucking me into bed? Follow her instructions, lying down and closing your eyes. A soft warmth envelops you as Bianca meticulously tucks the blanket around your shoulders, building a cozy fortress against the world. Nighty-night. First you feel the whisper soft brush of her hair against your cheek, a fleeting tickle that makes your skin prickle. Then the steady warmth of her hand covers yours. This is her vigil. This is her watching over you. In the silent room, her touch becomes your entire world. The pad of her fingers begins to trace a slow, deliberate pattern onto your palm, over and over, retracing the sacred geometry of your promise. Geometry? Sacred geometry of your promise. Wait, what is happening? You lie perfectly still, feigning sleep. Anchored only by this point of contact, gradually the rhythm of her tracing slows, like a clock winding down, until her finger grows still and comes to rest. Quietly open your eyes. Bianca's peaceful face is right before you. She has fallen asleep sideways in the chair, her head pillowed on her own arm. Carefully, even in slumber not disturb you, her other hand remains a firm and steady weight holding fast to yours. She promised to watch over you, and yet she is the one who succumbed first. Wake up! Just kidding. A wave of tenderness washes over you. She must have been utterly exhausted. I knew that I rested during the daytime was just your little white lie. Shake your head with a wry smile, carefully extracting your hand from her grasp before slipping silently out of bed. Gently hold Bianca in your arms. How is that possible? This is why it makes me believe this is definitely being told as a story, because there's no way we are lifting her up if she was a construct. This is being told as a... Unless I'm that strong, but... There's no way. You gather Bianca into your arm and carefully lay her on the inner side of the mattress. Mattress, huh? The moment she settles, a tremor runs through her. She stirs uneasily in your embrace, her dreams disturbed, hovering on the fragile edge of wakefulness.
Don't leave my side. Outside. Battlefield. Dangerous.
What is this? What could this possibly be? Is this like a story she's like dreaming about too? I don't know. I feel like it's like a play or something. I don't know. A low murmur escapes her lips. Her fingers clutch instinctively at your sleeve, trembling as if fending off some unseen danger in the tumult of her dreams.
Please, let me protect you, Commandant.
Okay, you see, like, how is she saying? Okay. A name hangs in the air, a title you've written countless times, a mantle for Grey Raven. But from her lips, it is utterly new. It is a specter of your own stories that now haunts her dreams. Or has she slipped back into that familiar dream she's described, the one of smoke and crumbling ruins? In her mind, is she even now marching steadfast through the chaos toward her objective?
I finally found you, Commandant.
Unless this is actually real and it's happening like all this time after, again, from what I've experienced, and something happened that I don't remember, and like maybe something actually made her like lose her memory. I mean, that's a possibility too. Bianca murmurs again in her sleep, a soft smile gracing her lips as she nestles deeper into your arms. Seeking refuge in your embrace, she has found her sanctuary. Nighty-night, Bianca. Hold on, I got a giant cuticle on my thumb. Okay. Moving with painstaking care, you transfer her weight from your arms to the soft embrace of the mattress. Draw the blanket up to her chin and settle beside her. Sweet dreams, Bianca. Nighty night. Your hand finds her in the darkness. Your fingers interlacing just as they did on that rainy night. Bedga. Yep. She seems to sense the familiar touch of that waking. She shifts closer as her slumber deepens. Her face is turned toward you in the dim light. The freshly healed scar on her cheek is a faint line. You see, if it heals, it makes it seem like she's a human here. Pulls you back to that moment, the reckless, desperate lunge as she threw herself into harm's way to shield you. Silent sigh echoes within you. In that instant, she was the very embodiment of the loyal companion from your stories, the one who pledges her life, a shield against all danger. Tonight, let me be the one to watch over you. Under the shared blanket, the warmth of her body bleeds into yours. At last, a profound drowsiness descends, as if the spirit of sleep itself has slipped into the room, drawing the cloak of night over you both. And in this hushed space, the boundary between dream and reality gently begins to dissolve. Hey, that was a lot shorter than part 1. Song by night. Long-held wishes spread through the shadows, weaving dreams into one another. After working tirelessly day and night, you finally put the polishing touches on the new script just before the formal rehearsals begin. Okay. Today, you're scheduled to rehearse a pivotal emotional scene with Bianca, so you arrive at the theater early to prepare. Pushing open the main doors to what should be an empty building, you stop short. You are not alone.
Good morning. Did you rest well?
Hearing your footsteps, Bianca looks up from the stage and greets you with a gentle smile. You're even here earlier than I am?
I only wish to prepare a little more. To properly cherish every moment I have to perform alongside you. But tell me, did you rest properly last night? Even when chasing inspiration, you must be kind to yourself. Please don't push yourself as hard as you did before.
As she speaks, the memory seems to draw on her as well, softening her voice into a near whisper. You know precisely what she recalls. That night she promised to keep watch, only to be overtaken by sleep herself. You jolt awake, the real world still shrouded in darkness outside your window. Bianca lies beside you, undisturbed, clinging to the last shreds of your dream. Before they can dissolve, you slip out of bed, spread blank pages across your desk, and begin to write feverishly. The night, the dreamscapes, the phantom lurking in the shadows, and an undying love. It all pours from your pen in an endless stream. Time loses all meaning, read in a trance, unaware of the passing hours until a sliver of dawn light pierces the window and it glides across your manuscript. And a soft murmur from behind breaks the spell.
It's alright. You can sleep a little longer.
Shifting in the bed, Bianca hovers in the space between dreams and waking, her watchful instinct persisting even in slumber. I'm already up. Bianca's eyes flutter open to the morning light. Open to the morning light. Realizing she'd been soundly asleep for the whole night, she hastily rises and straightens her clothes, her face flushing with embarrassment.
I'm so sorry. How could I have fallen asleep like that? I promised I would watch over you.
It's alright, think of it as us trading shifts. Your joke lands lightly in the room, but it doesn't settle. Bianca's smile is a fleeting, fragile thing. When she speaks, her voice is laced with a concern far heavier than a jest could lift.
I just worry that strange phantom might appear and harm you, and that I won't be able to stop it. Or rather, that I won't be able to stop myself.
Bianca stands with her back to the window, the morning sunlight filtering through to frame her silhouette in a dance of light and shadow. Her expression is unreadable. Step forward and take her hand in yours, hoping the gesture will ease the trouble in her mind. Not afraid of this phantom appearing. In fact, I wish it would step forward and speak its mind plainly. But what about you, Bianca? What is it that truly troubles you?
Sometimes it feels as though I'm becoming someone else. A self I no longer recognize. The things this other me
The
might
thing
do,
that should not be.
they fill me with dread. I've grown afraid of sleep. Afraid of being pulled into the world of this other self that lives in my dreams. Maestro, I know these fears lack any credible proof. You must think me childish for being so troubled by them. But
No, I understand. I believe our subconscious and dreams are often just manifestations of our deepest anxieties. Perhaps everyone harbors feelings within that even they don't comprehend, like a phantom within our hearts. But there's no need to deny its existence, Bianca. It is, after all, still part of you. And whether in reality or in dreams, I will be right here beside you. Bianca's tension eases, her expression softening like a sigh. She turns to the window, her attention captured by the rising sun. Gentle light filters through the lattice, washing over her face, and in its brilliance, she seems to settle into a reality meant solely for the waking. A private, quiet smile touches her lips.
But if someday, if I truly become lost in those dreamlike shadows, please, you must come for me. Guide me back to the light.
That's foreshadowing, for sure.
Come into my dreams and tell me yourself.
Promise you have made to each other that day gently dissolves into the soft light of dawn. The soft whisper of footsteps draws you back from the past. You look up and the stage is empty. Bianca is now standing before you. The memory of her solemn expression in that moment merges with a face before you now.
Come, wanderer of this realm. Take my hand, and let us step into my dream together.
Noticing your distraction, she smiles and breathes a line from the play, an incantation that dissolves the world around you. Take her hand and step onto the stage together. Okay. The stage lights die, leaving only a ghostly wash. A path unspools before you, weaving into an elaborate maze as a low mist curls around your ankles. Its cool touch raising goosebumps on your skin. Bianca moves ahead, a lantern held aloft. Its flame a solitary flickering heart in the swallowing dark. The dancing light traces her slender silhouette, a guide in this manufactured wilderness. In this scene, she is the phantom luring you toward her secret labyrinth. But watching her now, you feel a new and unsettling power radiating from her form. A gravity that wasn't in the script.
Do not let this exquisite night go to waste. Heed my call, and return to my side.
Her voice cuts through the mist, its resonance unlike anything you've ever heard from her. It is a catalyst in the darkness. A dormant power stirs within Bianca, unfurling like invisible vines. Unfurling like invisible vines until it saturates the very air of the theater. Oh. You feel its delicate tendrils brush against you, then coil, silent and sure around your limbs and through your core. Your feet still move to her rhythm, but you realize with a distant shock that your steps have grown heavy. You are no longer walking with her, you are sinking, guided by her will, into the depths of a layered and intricate dream.
From this moment on, our souls shall be entwined as one.
Your soul shall be mine. Your soul is mine. Firefly glow of Bianca's lantern has vanished. Swallowed by the mist without warning. The realization strikes you cold. You are alone. Fog clings to your skin. A damp shroud, and its chill seeps deeper, cutting your very thoughts. Bianca, are you still there?
I am.
She answers softly, and her warm breath caresses the back of your neck, raising a trail of fine shivers across your skin. Try to turn around. Or you can, her arms slide around your shoulders, drawing you back. Her voice drops to a sweet whisper in your ear, even more enchanting than moments ago.
Your soul will become one with mine. But that is merely the beginning. For I am so very great. So, surrender all that you are to
Speaking
me,
of MK, the second movie looks pretty badass.
Raven.
I haven't seen the first one, but yeah, my mom and I saw the trailer for the second. It looks Doesn't look too shabby. Better than Street Fighter? Yeah, it actually does look better than Street Fighter. I don't know what they were thinking with the Street Fighter thing. A wave of her warm breath, then the soft press of her lips against your earlobe. Fingers find you from behind. A slow, deliberate path along your jaw. A caress against your cheek, then a final, gentle descent over your eyes. The world vanishes into a deep, sudden dark. An unfamiliar pressure settles as she secures a mask in place. Her breath ghosts your skin once more. Her voice, a whisper meant for you alone.
Come. Allow me to guide you to the true finale.
Follow Bianca. Enveloped in an impenetrable darkness, your vision is utterly useless, but your other senses sharpen to a razor's edge. The only anchor is the stairs beneath your feet, and the subtle pressure of Bianca's hand guiding you step by step toward the stage. The empty theater is a cavern of silence. Your footsteps, the only sound echoing in its vastness. Then the floor becomes flat. A faint amber glow bleeds around the edges of the mask, and you feel the phantom warmth of the spotlight. You arrived at the center stage.
Now, we shall play the nocturne that belongs to us alone.
Oh, okay. Fingertips brush your cheek once more as the mask is lifted. The sudden, brutal glare of the light makes your consciousness swim. Dizziness, a dizzying ascent from a deep dream. Oh, wow, that actually looks kind of cool in her. Your vision sharpens to reveal Bianca standing before you in a full costume, dazzling under the stage lights. Yet she is transformed. The phantom mask she now wears obscures her gaze, rendering her inscrutable. You are in the labyrinth of mirrors, the phantom's domain from the play. All around you, ghostly reflections shimmer on the glass, a legion of illusions encircling her. The line between the real Bianca and her countless echoes blurs, making it nearly impossible to tell which is truly her.
You, who have always dwelled in the light, why do you turn away from the love I offer from the shadows? This passion burns within me, fiercer than the most blinding sun. A single word from you would be enough to shatter these chains of shadow. We could compose our symphony together. Just one word. Or perhaps
A
a
kiss?
single kiss.
Her voice echoes through the empty theater, a mesmerizing force that seems to emanate from the very walls, much like the phantom in your play. With an enigmatic smile gracing her lips, she closes the distance between
Do
you.
you not wish to be the one who saves me from this eternal solitude? I ask for nothing more than a single kiss.
She is so close you can feel her breath mingling with yours, and an unfamiliar coolness presses against your skin. It's the smooth surface of her mask. Reach out to remove her mask. Fingers barely graze the mask when her hand snaps up, a yielding grip locking around your wrist. In an attempt to avoid your gaze, her other hand arises to gently guide your face, silently command to close your eyes and accept your kiss. This Bianca radiates an aura utterly alien to her usual self. Your suspicions scream in warning, and a primal instinct makes you resist, pulling back from the spell she's trying to cast. In the dizzying shift, your gaze flicks to the mirrors. Can't be sure it's real, but in the glass, Bianca's countless reflections turn their heads in unison. A legion of faces with countless eyes now fixed upon you. That gaze is possessive, hungry. It is a look you have never seen in her eyes before, as if it belongs to an entirely different being. The memory of your first meeting's abrupt end, shared dance where you found her unfamiliar, her sleep talking in the rainy night, it all collapses into this single moment, weaving a web of doubt that ensnares you both. Tell me what it is you truly want. She stops, her smile both gentle and irresistibly commanding.
In the final act, the Phantom's beloved chooses the darkness to stay by her side for eternity. Her beloved sealed their vow with a kiss, a promise to never part, just as we are now. All I want is for you to be mine.
I just dropped water all over me! No! Okay, well, I'm glad I had a napkin. How did I drop it? Oops. Okay, well, I didn't drop too much, but... Okay, I'm glad I had a napkin, though. No, that is not the true ending. Bianca, would never deny her past. No matter the pain, she would never sever herself from her memories, because they are the threads that weave her into who she is, and I accept every part of her. The one behind the phantom mask is not her true self. Her heart offers no resistance, only unconditional compassion, and in this silence you feel a consciousness stirring in the darkness. It's her desperate, unspoken wish growing wild in the shadows, enveloping the once tranquil soul. Yet from the edges of this dream, that pure white soul cries out, yearning to return to your side. What does this remind me of? It kind of reminds me of a little bit of... I just imagined like Banjo-Kazooie when Gruntilda... Wait. Yeah, it's like when Gruntilda becomes like pretty at the end when you fail and you just, you know? I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And it's it's just somebody else. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking of that instead. You step forward and take her hand, reaching for the familiar spirit slumbering within this layered dreamscape. Or you could think of a lot of Disney movies that do that, right? Memory of your dawn promise surfaces clear and vivid.
But if someday, if I truly become lost in those dreamlike shadows,
Pull me out.
please, you must come for me.
Become my
Guide
guiding
me
light.
back to the light. Come into my dreams. And tell me yourself.
You see? Holding fast to that promise, you speak each word firm and deliberate. When you hear my voice, Bianca, you are lost in a deeper dream. Stop moving forward. Do not lose yourself at the edge of this dreamscape. Come back to me, Bianca. Massacre. Promised words work like a spell, breaking a curse. The figure before you hesitates, a tremor of awakening in her once slumbering heart. She stands motionless as if slowly surfacing from a deep trance. Though she offers no reply, the silence itself shifts, charged with the fragile nascent thing now stirring within her. Leave with me, Bianca. Her expression remains a secret behind the mask. After a silence that stretches into eternity, her hand finds yours, a tentative, weightless touch, trusting you to lead her to the true path. A flicker of reassurance allows you to lower the guard you've held so tightly. Your fingers close around hers as you begin to pull her from the clinging layers of illusion that hold her mind captive. Lead Bianca off the stage. Taking the candle from her hand, you lead her back into the labyrinth's narrow throat. A single flame beats back the oppressive mist, a tiny beacon guiding you both through the treacherous, shifting maze. The everlasting walk is a delirium. Time and perception warp until you can no longer distinguish the winding paths of a maze from the Veil of Dreams. Finally, the exit comes into view, not far ahead. But suddenly a void opens in your grasp. Pressure of Bianca's hand, constant until this moment, vanishes? Puzzled, you turn to find her standing rigid, her steps arrested. She is no longer following. Bianca? She offers no answer. The shadows cast by her veil shroud her face, obscuring any emotion in her eyes. A dizzying realization dawns. You are still trapped within the maze of countless illusory mirrors. This is not his exit, but the very heart. And finally she smiles.
But I do not wish to wake. Nor do I wish for you to wake. Have you ever wondered? When does one first realize they are dreaming? And how can you be certain you are not in one now? You hesitate because you do not see the truth. You are already in the dream. My dream. You thought yourself the lucid savior, guiding me back to reality, when all the while I was using your own dream as a passage into the heart of mine. You never truly awoke. And what is so wrong with remaining in a dream? Why endure the hollow ache of reality, when what we have now can last forever? Stay. This is a beautiful, eternal dream that belongs only to us. Stay with me in this moment, sharing this never-ending dreamscape. I want you to know my true heart. I love you.
She draws you into an embrace, her lips brush in your ear once more. A bone-deep cold follows the touch, seeping into your very core. Within her arms, you are fallen, tumbling with her towards the edge of an endless, labyrinthine dream. Surging shadows coil around you, a glacial tide that numbs your limbs and stills your thoughts. Vision blurs, the world dissolving into a thick fog that descends like a final curtain. At the periphery of the formless dream, reality itself succumbs, shapes twist, corroded by the inner darkness, melting away into the void. It can't end like this. This is the only thought that surfaces in your mind before your consciousness is drawn into the borderlands of the dream. Oh, nice. The playable stage? Echo of the Phantom? At the edge of this waking dream, light the candle of our oath. Oh? Consciousness seeps back into her, slow as a tide, reclaiming a body that feels heavy and unfamiliar. Bianca opens her eyes to an expanse of pure, sterile light. For a disoriented moment, the light between the lingering dream and this new reality refuses to hold.
Maestro Grey Raven!
She calls that person's name, an impulse she cannot suppress. Her voice reverberates through the past, white emptiness, leaving nothing in its wake but lonely echoes. There is no response. No one is here. This place is not a sanctuary, it is a prison of her own making, and the thread that once connected her to the person has now been severed. She rises to her feet. A new steely determination anchors her every movement.
Please, wait for me, until I return to your side.
Bianca pushes the door open, her breath catching. Beyond the threshold lies nothing but another suffocating, identical white room. A silent, seamless rebuke to her determined will.
No, not this way.
She opens yet another door, only to confront the same featureless whiteness. It is a frozen loop, an inescapable prison of sameness, where every direction leads to an identical nowhere. Yet against the eerie stillness, her face remains a mask of calm, utterly devoid of fear.
I cannot stop here. I will not break my promise. I will not.
Though she has lost count of the repetitions, the labyrinth has not relented. It exists to hold her forever. The deep bone-weary exhaustion sets in. The world warps and darkens at the edges of her vision, with shadows threatening to engulf everything. Yet her pace does not falter.
These are but illusions, meant to deceive. I will return to your side. Guide me. I beg of you, in any way possible. Show me where you are. Let me find my way back to you.
Butterfly? As if in answer, a snow-white butterfly suddenly materializes from the void, its wings beating a soft paper rhythm as it dances beside her.
This is...
She reaches forward the butterfly, her finger barely grazing its wing. At the touch, it plummets, collapsing at her feet into a lifeless sheet of pale paper. Upon it lies faint, unmistakable handwriting. Words once penned with a passionate fervor she would know anywhere. These were the same pages that once lay scattered across that person's room, which she had so carefully gathered, smoothing each crease with a gentle hand. Oh. She instinctively bends to retrieve it, but before her fingers can brush the page, its edges blacken and curl. It crumbles inward, rapidly dissolving into a whisper of ash. Oh, there's a lot of them. All around her, more butterflies materialize. The fluttering wings, one by one, lose their magic, falling in a gentle, silent rain of white. Pages pile like snowdrifts at her feet, threatening to entomb her. With every slight movement she makes, invisible black flames ignite, leaving nothing but ash in their wake.
No, stop! These are the Maestro's precious works!
She scrambles to smother the eerie flames, but her hands phase through the fire, useless. A cold dread washes over her as she stares at her own fingers, now translucent and shimmering, passing through the world like a ghost. In the surrounding pristine white void, a familiar and unsettling voice echoes. Phantom has once again returned.
You have grown all too exhausted. Why do you still resist your slumber, Bianca?
Oh. Phantom's voice echoes in her mind, a haunting refrain that seems to summon a dull, throbbing ache behind her temples.
No, you are a mere hallucination. You are not real. We have always been one. I am the shadow you cast, the part of yourself you keep locked away. If I were to vanish from this place, what would remain of you? Is that truly your wish? Will you deny me again, as you always have, to ensure that only you remain, to be the one who protects that person?
The barrage of questions is a chisel against Bianca's calm facade, threatening to split it open and reveal the turmoil beneath.
I will protect that person. I would never harm them. Because that person means more to me than anything in this world.
Hearing this, the Phantom, her voice a perfect mirror of Bianca's own, answers only with a soft, mocking laugh.
Is that so? A noble sentiment. But is it the truth? Where were you when danger found your precious maestro? Lost in the borderlands of the dream? What power did you possess to bring that one back? You must accept your weakness, Bianca. Your determination, for all its fire, cannot reach everything. You have always wished to stand in the light, to be bathed in the sun. You fear others seeing you falter. Most of all, you fear that person seeing your vulnerability. And yet, you fail to see the darkness taking root within your own heart. Have you never truly looked at the full moon? Where the light is brightest, the shadows it casts are the most profound. This is the truth you must accept. It is your own obsession that has led you here. I was born from that obsession, nurtured in your dreams. The more you fight me, the more substantial I become. Now, give me your true answer, Bianca. My other self. Will you truly deny my existence?
And I answer, the words are trapped, choked by a truth that contradicts her very core. Phantom's questioning hangs in the empty room. Spectre born entirely from her own mind. For it is a shadow cast by herself, a part of her she can no longer suppress. As this realization solidifies, her own fingers begin to blur, becoming translucent, but within the terrifying dissolution, a final clarifying thought emerges. She must be the one to exile her own existence.
I know where I must go now.
Hold on, I want to look up something.
Forgive me, Maestro. I cannot let you face any more danger for me.
Ah, I see. After a silence that feels eternal, she rises and pushes open the door before her. This time there is no sterile white room, only the vast, waiting expanse of snowfields. Back to the snow. Bianca and snow like correlate. Yeah, like that's the Bianca I know. She steps through and the knowledge of her direction is absolute. She does not look back, unconcerned about the blizzard that scours her footprints from the snow behind her, erasing her passage as if it had never been. There's a cathedral, or the church. After an arduous trek, a dark silhouette finally breaks the horizon at the edge of the white. A theater, place of their first meeting, stands alone against the void, the sole testament to memory and all that white.
Let it be here.
She pushes open the familiar doors to find the theater utterly deserted. The only sign of life is the silent, rhythmic dance of candlelight in the wall sconces. She closes the door in the raging blizzard. She plucks a candle from its holder. A small flame, a fragile guide into the vast gloom. Sinking into an audience seat, she gazes at the stage that is no longer hers. Here in the quiet dark, she is no longer the star commanding all eyes.
After dawn breaks, you wake from dreams to crisp, cool air, ready to embrace the beauty of the day ahead. In the morning, you sit at a sunlit desk, writing stories that flow directly from the heart.
Candles at the theater entrance gutter and die. The darkness swallows the ornate doors whole.
In the afternoon, you steal a moment away from busy work to rest on a park bench, watching pigeons strut about, pecking at breadcrumbs. At night, you stroll through the streets. Perhaps a little drizzle falls, but it does nothing to diminish the evening's quiet beauty.
The candles lining the corridors flicker before plunging the path behind her into profound shadow. Now the only light left in the world is a solitary flame she carries in her hand.
And when the night deepens, you drift into a peaceful slumber, looking forward to another beautiful day to come. To know you can live each day in such peaceful joy. That is all I could ever wish for. As for me, I need only to remain here, just like this.
Gazes at the guttering candle in her hand, its scorching tears falling one by one to brand her skin, but she doesn't flinch, doesn't seem to feel a thing. Flame shudders, only growing fainter. Like that dying light, the last vestiges of her consciousness clung to so desperately within this dream, threatened to blink out into nothing.
Good night, Maestro.
Gonna hop in the shower. Already did. Gotcha.
It is time for me to rest now.
No. That last candle flame dies, and an endless veil of darkness settles gently over Bianca. Oh, but
You have grown all too exhausted. Why do you still resist your slumber, Bianca?
light the candles?
If I were to vanish, what would remain of you?
No mercy. Endless night. Freeze the moment.
What the hell? It's crazy having us fight in this little hallway.
Terror thunder. This withered life
brother.
I'm fine. Untainted thorns. Purge all sins. Endless night. Freeze the moment. Return to silence. Exterminate. Untainted thorns. Purge all sins.
Damn.
No mercy. Exterminate. Return to silence. Untainted thorns. Purge all sins.
Yeah, fighting is always kind of.
No mercy. Exterminate.
Can't really see.
No mercy. No, you are a mere hallucination.
What the hell? This way? Oh yeah, I see it. Grab her hand? Light the candles in the main hall.
What power did you possess to bring that one back? Exterminate! Tear asunder this withered light. Hearken now to the dirge of finality. Exterminate! No mercy. Exterminate! No mercy. Exterminate! Untainted thorns. Purge all sins. No mercy. I will protect that person. I would never harm them.
Come back to me. Light the candles in the theater.
Will you truly deny my existence?
Yes.
Tear asunder this withered light. Hearken now to the dirge of finality. No mercy. You are not real.
Wake up, Bianca.
I'm back. I'm back.
I see that.
When the curtain falls, so too shall this dream
Oh,
fade.
is that the ending animation? Oh, that's pretty. Through the relentless blizzard, you finally traverse the endless snowfields, arriving at the theater's entrance. With a heavy groan, you force the doors open. Impenetrable darkness waits within, thick as undiluted ink. You raise your candle, and a small sphere of light pushes back the separating shadows. As far as you can see, the theater lies in complete ruin. The candles in theater? In the theater? With your flame as a spark, you begin lighting the candles along your path. Light now emanates from you, following your footsteps and moving in a trail that through the wreckage, a path toward Bianca. And then you find her, the silhouette you've been searching for. She rests before you, her head gently inclined against a theater seat, lost in a profound slumber. In the flickering candlelight, you sit beside her. You and your hand moves to gently brush aside the hair that veils her cheek, revealing a face of perfect peace. Her soul has slumbered here for an age, waiting for your call to return. Bianca. It's just like Shrek. Sleeping Beauty. Her breathing remains gentle as a feather, steady and faint. She lingers at the threshold of her dream, deaf to your voice. Take her hand. You take her hand in yours. It is as cold as the heart of a blizzard raging outside. Determined, you trace the familiar symbol onto her palm. Pattern she knows intimately, forging a connection with her consciousness as it drifts in the dreamscape. Your finger glides across her skin again and again in this phantom theater of memories and ruin. Your touch is the only anchor, the only thing that is real. After what feels like an eternity, the hand nestled in yours finally begins to warm. With what you cherish in your heart, write an oath that belongs only to us. No matter how the seasons change or the years turn, nothing in this world shall ever tear us apart. The vow you once made when tracing that symbol into each other's palms still echoes by your ear. Pierce into the layers of the dream, it finds her in the deepest corners. Now the timeless promise echoes once again by her ear. The kind of light her eyelashes flutter, delicate shadows dancing like butterfly wings upon her cheeks. Wake up, Bianca. Wake up! Wake up! Damn it! Wake up! Shh. Just slap her. Tenderly grasp her ice-cold hand and press her palm to your cheek, letting her feel the warmth that is yours and yours alone. Come back to me. At last, a fragile warmth returns to her fingertips. After a long moment, a soft murmur escapes her lips, her eyes heavy with the weight of a long slumber finally open. Her gaze drifts, unfocused, slowly taking in the world until it settles on you. As recognition dawns, the haze in her eyes sharpens into pure disbelieving wonder.
You're here.
I'm here. For a long moment, she is perfectly still, her hand clasping yours as if it were the only real thing in the world. Then tears glisten in her eyes. She raises a hand to your cheek, her touch tracing the landscape of your face with a tender, aching longing. She holds your gaze, searching until serenity dawns within her. Hesitation shatters and her smile breaks through, as radiant as the day you first met.
Is it still snowing outside? The blizzard was relentless on my journey here. Did you find it too cold to bear?
No, the storm has already passed. We can go home now.
Yes.
With that smile, she reaches out to gently brush the snow from your shoulders. Then she pulls you into a tight embrace, a silent testament to the long separation you have both endured.
Then take me home, Maestro.
As you push open the long steel theater doors, the blizzard has ceased, revealing a sky of perfect, pristine azure. Hold her hand tightly, setting out together on the same path that led you to her, but this time you're finally heading home. Home sweet home! Moonlight Sonata. Here. Give me one moment. I am gonna go get even more water. Okay, so quick little thing. When I read PGR, dude, I need like a lot of water, especially with all the talking I'm doing. I am just gonna go get a quick refill. And I think use the restroom also. Let me see. Ay, caramba. Okay, let's start again. Moonlight Sonata. This new love blazes brighter than any stage light, a brilliant dawn, banishing every shadow in its path. Oh, that's pretty. You stand behind Bianca, watching her in the mirror's soft focus. On the dressing table, lilies bloom quietly in a vase, their elegant fragrance perfuming the air. Oh. Tonight the two of you will take the stage to perform your story for the world. Though it will be your first time facing thousands of... As a performer, you feel no trace of nerves, but only profound, serene contentment. A sudden wish blooms within you that this single perfect moment could stretch into forever, with you standing here watching her.
Maestro, are you still with me?
The thought holds you until her soft voice pulls you back to the present. My apologies, my mind wandered for a moment. Look back to the present, and apologies softening your features as your focus settles on her. Truly settles on her for the first time. And you see it, the Bianca before you is most unrecognizable, elegantly transformed. She is a butterfly, freshly emerged from its chrysalis, radiant a brilliance that steals the very air from your lungs. She meets your transfixed gaze, and a gentle smile graces her lips.
Do you find my appearance unsuitable?
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No.
I had asked for your counsel, but you seemed elsewhere, as though you could not find the words.
Yeah. No, it suits you perfectly. Hearing your assured reply, the tension in her expression melts away, yielding to a genuine, relieved smile.
Indeed. I'm glad to hear it. It means a great deal to stand beside you in a form that meets your approval.
She reaches out and gently takes your fingers in her hand.
Sometimes, I fear all of this is still but a dream.
Still but a dream, huh?
It feels too perfect, too complete. And that very perfection makes me afraid I cannot hold this moment with you forever. To finally share the stage with you. The dream I have cherished for so long that now it feels surreal. I find myself questioning if any of it is real at all. From the moment we entered the theater together, I have wondered if I have stepped into another dream, one destined to vanish with the dawn. Maestro, forgive my boldness, but do you ever fear the arrival of true happiness? Do you not feel that the journey toward joy is often sweeter than the destination? When the heart is full of nothing but anticipation.
Guess it's bittersweet, huh?
Yet, when that pinnacle is finally reached, the fear returns. The dread of losing what you have only just obtained. It is like arriving at a beautiful destination with one you cherish. Even as you savor the perfection, you know the journey home awaits. That is why, sometimes, I would rather remain on that path forever. Our hearts united in hope. I simply wish to stay by your side, just as we are now.
Apologies, I'm eating.
Always traveling toward our happiness. Together.
Together forever and ever. It's alright, I understand. But you need not carry that worry any longer, Bianca. If you truly cannot tell the dream from reality, then let this moment be your truth. Take Bianca's palm, and her instant smile tells you she knows your intention. She watches with a smile. Her gaze soft as your finger traces a familiar symbol onto her skin. When you finish, she doesn't simply close her hand. She enfolds your fingers within her own, a tender and spoken vow held safely in her palms.
I see, Maestro.
Yes.
Whatever the future may bring, my wish remains just as it is now. To walk on, with your hand firmly in mine.
With your hands intertwined with hers, you savor this shared moment of peace before taking the stage until a gentle knock at the door breaks the silence.
Pardon the interruption, but it's almost time.
You should prepare to take the stage.
I thought it was gonna be that guy again. Interrupting. Where is he, by the way? Huh?
Yes. We will be ready momentarily.
In the final moments before the stage, Bianca's gaze settles on you, meticulously tracing the lines of your costume. Her eyes are a gentle but exacting audit. A pensive look soon clouds her features, something that seems still falls short of her impeccable standards.
A final detail is out of place. Please, allow me.
Oh? Okay. Her slender fingers brush against your collar, meticulously smoothing the fabric. And selecting the most radiant lily from the vase, she pins it to your lapel.
The lily suits the
Label.
character you are portraying tonight. May it lend your presence the required elegance.
She bows her head before you, a portrait of earnest devotion, her features delicately shrouded by the shadows of her veil. Compelled by an impulse you can no longer contain, you reach out, your fingers gently find the delicate fringe of the veil, and you lift it. I'm gonna put my napkin in there, since I don't need that anymore. I'll put this new napkin here. Bianca?
Maestro?
The color on your lips. It needs a final touch.
My apologies. I should attend to it.
Her hand flies instinctively to her lips, but her fingers hesitate, suspended in the air without a mirror to guide them. As she starts to turn back toward the vanity, her hand reaches out to gently stop her. Allow me. No other words are needed. A meaningful glance conveys your intent as you reach for the product on the vanity. A silent understanding passes between you. Bianca comprehends, closing her eyes and tilting her face upward. Move closer to Bianca. The warmth of your fingertip meets the vibrant lipstick, melting it as you trace the delicate curve of her lips. Slight contact reveals the soft warmth of her skin. You've never been this intimate, close enough to feel her breath mingling with your own. Logically, this is a mere pre-performance touch-up, a thing to be rushed, but in the hushed stillness of the moment, you wish it could be an eternity. She remains perfectly still, but a gentle tremor of her eyelashes betrays her, a silent testament that she, too, is savoring this suspended breath in time. There. It is perfect now. Now open your eyes. At last, her makeup is flawless. Final work of your careful touch. The only remnant of the intimacy is a faint trace of color dusting your fingertips. Fingertip. She opens her eyes. Her smiling gaze finds yours, and within it you see your own silhouette reflected.
Well then, Maestro. Shall we step into our dream together?
Yes. Oh. Curtain ascends, a slow tide of light, spilling across the stage to unveil Bianca, banishing the shadows that had clung to her. That's me! As it reaches its peak, thunderous applause erupts, a wave of sound that crashes over you. Over you both. In this perfect suspended moment, the spotlight converges, bathing you in a shared radiance. Take her hand, and together you step forward into a gaze of 1,000 eyes, crossing the threshold into a dream woven for you alone. In the wake of catastrophe, a golden age crumbles to dust. A mysterious virus scours the world, unleashing an unprecedented crisis upon humanity. The old order lies in ruins. And from the ashes, only the valiant Grey Raven rises to become humanity's final hope. Exchanging a hurried farewell, Raven marches to battle without a backward glance. With dauntless courage, they lead the desperate final bulwark against annihilation. After countless grueling battles and untold sacrifice, calamity is finally ended. Yet when the world offers its accolades, Grey Raven refuses them all. I want to return to my beloved side, is their only reply. But home has a wilderness, and the only news is of a loss all too great. The one who sang with a crystal clear voice is gone, not even leaving behind a tombstone. Drawn by grief, Greyraven stumbles into the theater now lying in ruins. A place that once echoed with precious memories and the songs of a devoted heart. Night falls, and despite warnings of a terrifying phantom that haunts these halls, Greyraven stays, choosing to drown in sorrowful memories. In the profound silence, as Greyraven finally succumbs to slumber, the phantom materializes at their side. Stage scenery transforms, bathed in an otherworldly moonlight. From the darkness, the elegantly dressed phantom approaches your side.
Who dares to walk my domain in this eternal night? You are not the one I have waited for in the long dark.
I'm here for one reason only, to find some sign of my beloved.
Daylight is a forgotten dream, and love a faded echo. I, too, once held a love that promised eternity. Now, only the darkness remains to feast upon its memory. The past has fallen into a slumber. Every trace of my beloved has fled my dreams, leaving me to wander alone through this eternal night. Tell me, are you too drawn to this undying darkness?
Perhaps in this moment, our feelings are one and the same.
After this night, I will vanish completely into the shadows, taking all my regrets with me. There is a strange familiarity about you. A scent on the air I almost recognize. And yet, in my ever-frozen heart, I can find no memory of your face. All I can feel is the burning, undying love you carry.
For a moment, that looked like reminded me of Selena right there. Right here, this image. Phantom mask hides Bianca's face, rendering her expression unreadable. But the passionate resolve in her voice leaves no doubt. She has fully become the character. Here in the shadows, the Phantom faces imminent oblivion. Her final wish, a simple, desperate plea to reunite with her beloved before the end. In a climactic confession, Greyraven and the Phantom finally recognize each other. As the mask falls away, it reveals the face of Greyraven's long-lost love. But their hard-won reunion, forged through the trials of war in a desperate search, is now poisoned by a cruel fate, poised to devour the Phantom forever. Surroundings gradually fade to black, as if sinking into a profound dream, leaving only a solitary spotlight illuminating your figures. As time flows on, you are no longer an author writing a story, and Bianca is no longer an actress playing a part. The stage is no longer a set, it has become the Phantom's very realm, real and breathing. The boundary between reality and fantasy dissolves like mist. In this liminal space, Bianca moves closer, her gaze is intense, unwavering. Her words are barely a whisper, but you know instantly that they are not from the script. It is a confession raw and meant only for you. Your hands find hers, clasping them tight. You drown in her eyes, clinging to every syllable of the stolen, perfect moment that's only yours.
If only this moment could last forever. I no longer wish to speak my heart from behind a mask, or through the words of another. I want to stand before you as I am, and speak only my own truth. I love you.
Oh, snap. Her words, a gentle whisper meant for your ears alone, hang in the air. They are not a scripted line, no Phantom's confession. They are her own truth, her heart laid bare. Bianca loves us. In this moment, both fleeting and eternal, she waits. Her entire being is offered to you, a question of passionate love that demands no answer but one. Kiss her? Spread arms. Why would I spread her arms? Wait, you mean spread my arm, like a hug? Damn, I gotta kiss her, right? Kiss, kiss. Big kiss, little kiss. Surrender to the pool and the world dissolves into a shadow. The stage, the audience, all of it fades into nothing. Wait, so what happens if I... It shows them kissing, but if I chose hug, would it show them hugging instead? The stage, the audience, all of it fades into nothing, and there's only the space where she ends and you begin. That would be really cool, actually. Your lips meet, a tender seal upon your her devotion. It is an answer, a promise, a silent vow. You pull her close enough, no space remains between your hearts, and the warmth of her breath becomes your own. The shadows themselves shrink back, scorched away by the heat you generate. As the last of the world fades to black, this new love blazes brighter than any stage light. Excuse me. A brilliant dawn, banishing every shadow in its path. Kiss, kiss. Slowly open your eyes, the world is perfectly still, silence broken only by the rhythm of your breath. All else has fallen into shadow, leaving only a pool of brilliant light that holds you and Bianca. In this suspended moment, there is no one else on this timeless stage. Only the two of you remain, adrift in a dream of your own making. Kiss, kiss. Hands rise, then to gently frame your face, a soft anchored reality.
Please, tell me. Will there be more stories between us after tonight?
I guess. I promise. Damn, is she holding me like that? A smile, as radiant as a blooming lily, dawns on her face as the answer settles in. The very one her heart had been pleading for.
Then, did you enjoy the story I wrote for us?
Imagine it's like not even the... Does the MC kiss a lot of girls in this game? No, not really. Okay, spoilers for anybody watching the video or the stream. Again, the main story. There's one kiss I like at least from what I remember, it was like the one that made me cry because like it was like it was the one where Lucia kisses and then she ends up again. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert for both the video and stream. It's where she ends up dying. And whatnot, and I was like, oh my, that like broke me. I was like, ah. I was like, ugh. At least in the main story, that's like the only one I remember. In the main story, that's the only one I remember. But in the love, like in the character, like affection ones, I can't recall how many. Like this is probably like maybe the second or third one. I don't remember if he's kissed Selena. I don't remember. I don't think he has. I don't think he does as much as I think. I've never really read like a lot of the older affection stories. I've only just like recently started like reading them too. I'm assuming he has, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. Diarrhea since Easter. Then did you enjoy the story I wrote for us? Oh, that's where it ends, I think. Oh, I know, there's another one. The finale. Among Myriad, Finalis. May the stars remember every promised moment we spent together.
Then,
Did you enjoy the story I wrote for us? Commandant? Can you hear me?
Bianca's voice reaches you as if from a great distance, hazy and indistinct, filtering through the heavy curtain of sleep. Okay, so you see, this is where the story is. Was this Bianca's story she wrote? You stir your drifting thoughts slowly coalescing as you open your eyes. A disoriented moment passes before you realize your head has been resting on her shoulder. Sit up straight. As the world swims back into focus, you find Bianca's gaze etched with a concern that tells you that she's been trying to wake you for some time.
Did you rest well? I was hesitant to disturb you, so I waited before waking you. It's getting late now. We should start heading back soon.
Should we? Glance around, noticing the theater is sunk in a deep shadow. It must be approaching evening. Earlier you had been sitting with her, listening to the story she spun, until you drifted to sleep without realizing it. Your slumbering mind was then drawn into the world of her tale, descending into a long dream where reality and fantasy melted together. Sorry about that, I must have dozed off without noticing. Damn, doesn't that just make it look like her story's not good? She gives us a knowing smile, reaching to tuck your hair behind your ear. Her fingertips brush your skin, leaving a trail of warmth.
Hold still a moment. Your hair is a bit messy right here. Have you been working too much lately? I feel bad for taking up your vacation time with such a long story. I truly wanted your thoughts on my creation, but it was inconsiderate of me to trouble you with my own request.
Understanding what she's referring to, you recall how this journey began. Oh, it's telling you everything, yeah. After days of consecutive missions, you finally had a brief vacation and arranged to visit this conservation area with Bianca. Seeking leisure without commotion, you avoided the standard attractions, choosing instead to stroll hand in hand through the quiet, deserted outskirts. In a comfortable silence, you admired the architectural ruins from the Golden Age, trying to feel the echoes of that bygone era. What captivated Bianca the most was the opera house, abandoned yet remarkably preserved. Inside, the thick velvet curtains isolated you in a world of forgotten magnificence, while the massive crystal chandelier overhead refracted the light into dreamlike rays. From the moment she arrived, Bianca's face shone with delight as she meticulously examined the theater's interior, a sense of wonder at something entirely new to her. She took your hand and led you to a private box closest to the stage, drawing the partition curtain. She transformed the space into something intimate and secluded. You sat side by side on the love seat, gazing down at the empty stage below.
I wonder if people back then sat just like this, beside someone dear to them, watching the performance unfold.
Just like we are now.
I'd love to share a real moment like that with you someday.
You see, it wasn't her story she made. It's literally what I was like saying. A lot of the coding stories are kind of like that. But I remember Ishmael, Ishmael's was pretty good from what I remember. Anything with Ishmael's like pretty good. It's just mysterious. Mysterious as hell. Next time we're on leave, we could go see a movie together. Maybe a virtual one with a theater setting. What do you think? She turned with a smile of agreement, but her gaze was already being drawn back to the stage below, her eyes glazing over with a distant, pensive light again.
I've experienced quite a few virtual movies, but no matter how real they feel, it's never quite like truly being here. Some say simulation tech is enough to replicate reality, but I still prefer being present, like this. Virtual stories pull you completely into the world, leaving no room for a stage, all in pursuit of total immersion. But I've always found something special about a stage lit by spotlights, with everything else fading into darkness. up on the stage with me?
Yes. Hand in hand, you stepped with Bianca into the center of the stage. Dappled light danced at your feet. High above, sunlight streamed through the fissures in the dome's ceiling, carving natural spotlights from the dust-filled air. As a shaft of light struck the massive chandelier, it fractured, draping Bianca in a magnificent cascade of color, transforming her into a leading lady commanding the empty theater. Then, as if stepping into a destined role, she turned with a storybook smile and offered a graceful bow to the neat rows of vacant seats.
I've never stood on a stage like this before. It makes me see stories in a whole new way. From here, you don't just play a role. You give it breath, shaping the character through your own understanding.
I always thought you just enjoyed watching movies. Figured you'd want to write screenplays someday, focusing on the movies themselves. Didn't expect you'd find a new interest like this.
These are just a novice's thoughts, Commandant. I hope you don't find them silly sometimes. When I try to write stories, I start feeling what the characters feel. Almost as if I've become one of them.
You're crazy. I'm just kidding.
Then, without realizing it, I begin thinking with their mind, wondering what fate has in store. And every time, I feel this urge rise within me to challenge the path that's been set for them. In the end, my stories always remain unfinished. I see too many possibilities branching ahead.
I do too when I was writing, yeah. That always happened to me. I was like, I could go this way, I could go this way, I could go this way, I could go this way. So it's like your characters have come to life. Sounds like a convenient excuse for writer's block? Damn, I'm not gonna be a dickhead.
That's a lovely way to put it, Commandant. Maybe you're right. I'd rather let each of them follow their heart when it comes to their destiny. That's why I've never written a true ending.
I'd still like to read your stories someday. And if I'm lucky, I hope I can be your first reader. Words that clearly touched her. In response, she gave a gentle nod, her smile growing softer and more personal.
There's one story I've been thinking about for a while now. But I could never find the right place to start.
I didn't know Bianca liked making stories.
It's about you and me. How we might begin a different kind of journey. Commandant, if you're willing, would you like to hear it?
Of course. Imagine it just tells the whole story now. 20 chapters later. You returned with Bianca to your seats side by side and waited for her to begin the story of the two of you. As if she had rehearsed it in her heart 1,000 times. She needed only a moment's pause before she began to spin the tale. In her telling, you were both okay, it's actually kind of okay. In her telling, you were both reborn into a world untouched by the one you know. Oh wow. It is actually cool to see cities in this game. Wow. It was a world without disaster, without war, without the relentless shadow of the punishing virus. Wow. Here you were a playwright of singular brilliance, and she was the actress who gave breath to your words. Yeah, this is exactly kind of what I thought it was gonna be. Like we were in like, I thought we were like in a play or like a story of someone's making. It was Bianca's actually. I had said Ayla, right? Or Selena. Theirs was a legendary romance born in an era of peace. Slowly you slipped into the skin of that playwright, living a lifetime of dramatic turns and tender moments that forged an unbreakable bond. The line between her fiction and your reality blurred, then dissolved entirely, until you were both wrapped into in the magnificent dream of her making. Wow. She finally stirred you from a spell. The day had softened to dusk. The day had softened into dusk, the twilight of awakening from that long shared dream. The emotions stirred by her tale still ripple through you, as if you have truly lived an entirely different life together with Bianca.
So, Commandant, what did you think of the story?
I hated it! I'm just kidding. I really love the concept of the dream's borderlands. I really love how your script plays homage to our reality.
That's because even while imagining a different world for us, I hoped it would still feel connected to our own. Our world may not be perfect. It's marked by war, shadowed by crisis.
I am curious how they're going to end the
But
series.
everything
The story in
we
PGR.
faced has become part of our shared memories. That's why I wove those memories into this story. It means so much that you enjoyed it.
Take her hand. As your palms meet, your heart stirs within the memory of the secret mark you once traced in her story. Roll your head and open her palm. Bianca needs no explanation. A soft smile graces her lips as she lays her fingers lightly upon the back of your hand. In perfect harmony, your finger traces the familiar shape, the sigil of your unspoken vow. When the ritual is complete, she tenderly closes her hands, cradling yours within them as if protecting a sacred, fragile thing.
Perhaps in another world. This is exactly how you and I first met. In a world untouched by war. This is how our shared story might have begun.
Aw.
But no matter how the story starts, the ending never changes. Just like my feelings for you.
Already did. Latest, man. Latest.
In every version of our tale, I will always stand by your side. Just as I do now.
I believe in that too, Bianca. Aw. Is that how it ends like that? Hand in hand, you step from the cool dimness of the theater and into the embrace of the golden hour. Setting sun gilds a vibrant meadow where lilies push the lush grass like scattered stars. Their brilliant, fragrant faces remind you of the very flowers placed beside her, character in the story she shared, the actress in magnificent costume. In the sun's warm glow, the boundary between that fictional character and the woman beside you dissolves completely. They are now one and the same. Pick a lily. The white lily blooms in your palm, a perfect mirror of her pure love. It's under care, you tuck the bloom behind her ear. Her hand rises, fingertips brushing the flower at her temple, then the touch drifts, unconscious to trace the bare skin of her face. A flicker of regret passes through her eyes.
It's just... my appearance now isn't as polished as it was on that stage. I'm afraid I might not do this lily justice.
You're perfect, just the way you are. Just as you are. Your hand lifts, seemingly of its own accord, to straighten a stray lock of her hair. That's when you see it. Your fingertips are stained a vivid color. The world swims. The sunset meadow melts into the soft light of her vanity mirror. You are back in that intimate silence before the curtain rose, and you carefully painted her lips. Once more, you feel the soft pressure of her mouth beneath you, your thumb, as you blend the color, staining your skin with its warmth. This time, she does not close her eyes. She watches you. Her look so profoundly tender, as if in an attempt to sear your image into her soul forever.
This is perfect.
Her hand finds yours, and she brings your fingertips to her lips. The kisses she places there are so faint that they are like whispers against your skin, each one sending a delicate shiver through you. In between these tender gestures, she breathes an oath meant for your ears alone.
That Bianca from the other world. She was always afraid. Afraid that once true happiness came, it would slip away. But I don't share that fear. Because even a moment like this, walking beside you under the evening sky, is more precious to me than any perfect story. Whether we're standing together on the battlefield or in moments of peace like this, as long as I'm with you, looking toward the same horizon, that's enough. So, please, let me stay by your side through every happiness yet to come. Commandant,
Let's go home. Upon a glow of sunset surrenders to the night, and one by one, the stars emerge. Begin your journey home beneath their vast canopy, your heart forever changed by the words you've shared. You gaze upward, hoping these ancient rays of starlight, having journeyed billions of years to reach you, might somehow preserve it all. Every moment since you met, every step taken side by side, and all the countless promised moments yet to come. Just like this one, where your hands are clasped tight, walking the long road ahead, toward a horizon that belongs to you alone. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was it. There was 6 missions on this one. That's a wrap for that one, or for this one. That was Bianca's Behind the Curtain. What would I give it? I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna give it like a 6 out of 10. I think it was just obviously. I mean, I kind of already predicted like what was happening and everything, but I don't know. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't a 6 out of 10 in my book. Isn't terrible or anything. Like that's still like that's like above. You know, like. I think 5 is like where I'm like, if I were to give something a 5, I'm like, that's like average, or that's like, I don't know. I think anything above a 5 for me is like still fine. I'd give it a 6 though. Again, it was like very predictable. I kind of already like saw what was happening, and like that this was being told within someone else's like like drama, like project or storytelling. I mean, again, I thought it was like from like Ayla or like Selena's like project or something, or drama or like stage or something that they were doing. But yeah, it was like from Bianca. It was cool knowing that Bianca actually likes to write. I did not know that. But yeah, that is gonna do it. That was Behind the Curtain. That was basically the Night Sonata event. I wish there was another playable section so I could try her besides that one area in the stage. The one downside with that part of the gameplay segment was that it was black and white. I wanted to actually see the colors of the, effects of the character and everything and like what the coding had, but it left a little bit to be desired, to be honest on that front. But the skin looks gorgeous, I will say that, and then like the background it comes with too is like really good. I like it a lot. I mean, I have enough to go for it, but will I? No, I'm okay. Especially after I got my Selena gotcha code, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay for now. I like having all my black cards. But yeah, I mean, for those that want it, I mean, it's still there for like 2 days, at least at the time of posting this and making this. But yeah, that was the Night Sonata event story. That was the Behind the Curtain one. I need to actually be more precise on that. Behind the Curtain for Bianca's gotcha coding. Not too shabby. 6 out of 10 from me. I do look forward to the to actually getting back into the main story content and whatnot that I've missed. I have a lot to do. As of right now, after finishing this, I have like 9 sections still to do. That's insane. Including like main story, and all the side stuff as well. character affection stories, and Journal of Promise. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. If you got this far in the video, appreciate, any likes. Subscribe if you're interested in the channel, or like any of the videos. We're starting to do more like story-based content now, and I'm liking it. Instead of doing like reaction-based stuff, it's just that wasn't my cup of tea, to be honest. I'd rather do more gameplay stuff, story-related stuff, stuff like that. That's more of what I would like to do, and it makes me put out more content too. So I like, I'd rather do that. But yeah, that is gonna do it. Appreciate you chilling and hanging out and getting this far in the video or on the stream. And again, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one when you guys. I'm assuming you guys have definitely, finished it if you're reading or watching this maybe, or if not, I mean, let me know your thoughts as well, during at the time, that you're reading it. Again, 6 out of 10 for me. Look forward to more PGR content as well, or any other content for that matter. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Appreciate you guys chilling and hanging out, and I will be back on another one very soon. Latest.